this is Jim. Welcome back to a commentary channel. Content varies. If you search my channel, you might find something of interest. And this isn't the first time I've discussed this, but I'm going to rehash it. So this title is I Was Abducted, Haunted, and Levitated. My life of sleep paralysis, UFOs, and spiritual war. Since the age of 10, I've had sleep paralysis attacks that felt like something dark was holding me down. I've seen over a dozen UFOs. I've been abducted multiple times. One of those times, I believe a fetus was taken from me. I've levitated over my bed. I've witnessed ghosts, orbs, and even darker forces when I was a drug addict. This isn't a story to scare you. It's a warning, because I've come to believe something most people aren't ready to accept. There is a spiritual war happening, and it doesn't always look like religion or demons. Sometimes it looks like aliens. The sleep paralysis and UFO connection. Sleep paralysis isn't just a medical condition. I know that from experience. Since I was 10 years old, I've had attacks where I couldn't move, couldn't speak, and I felt a presence, always watching. Over the years, I saw more than a dozen UFOs, lights, sources, strange movements in the sky. One of the most intense experiences was in 2001 at Woden Creek near the Baha'i Temple in Canberra. I went to bed and thought I dreamt of walking outside. A saucer was waiting. I couldn't see the being inside. There was a hologram. It said, "You humans have it wrong. You think beautiful means good and ugly means evil. That's why I cannot show you what I truly look like." I flew off in the craft, then suddenly saw my bedroom light flick on. I thought I was waking up until fear hit me. They were back. My son walked in with one of our dogs, a Chihuahua. Both of my dogs were panicked. Years later, he confessed he saw a blue orb float from my room. That's what made the dogs go crazy. Are we haunted or tricked? Now my home feels haunted. I believe it might be my husband's spirit. He passed 5 years ago, and I still feel his presence. But what if it's not him? What if it's something is using my grief to disguise itself? I've caught a yellow orb on camera. It's on my YouTube. The paranormal doesn't always feel scary. That's the trick. Evil doesn't always look like we think it does. Possession, addiction, and opening doors. I used to be a Christian between the age of 16 and 26. One night, I levitated over my husband in bed. When I realized, I dropped back down. The pastor said I may have been possessed. Then, years later, I became a drug addict. For 17 years. That's when I saw and tapped into things I shouldn't have. I thought I was channeling. Maybe I was, but sometimes it was dark. The more broken I became, the more I became a doorway. My son, the same one who saw the blue orb, later played with an Ouija board and invoked something that called itself Beelzebub. It's haunted him ever since. and like me, he battles mental health struggles. Protection, resistance, and truth. What I've learned is this: these entities, whether alien or spirit, feed off fear, confusion, and chaos. They use grief, mental illness, addiction, trauma. They use our openness against us. But I've also learned we are not powerless. Whether you call it spiritual protection, higher consciousness, or simply love, we can fight back. I no longer see this world as just physical. There's more, and it's a game with light and dark sides. You don't need to believe in hell to know evil exists. I don't preach religion, but I believe in good. And I believe when we heal, when we forgive, when we stand in our truth, the darkness loses its grip. If you've been through similar things, hauntings, abductions, grief, I hear you. You're not alone. This channel is space to explore the strange, the hidden, and the spiritual, without shame, without judgment, without fear. Please share this video if it's resonated with you, and please comment your experiences. We are stronger when we connect. And again, I want to thank you for every and any view. You being here is appreciated. Please be kind. Please do not judge. We are all one. With love, light, and blessings, this is Jem out for another video. Bye.